raised 5 daughters. I have 11 grandchildren. With each pregnancy, I kind of became a little larger and larger. I could lose weight very easily. I could go eat salads and soup for a week and fit into anything I wanted to fit into. It just became an age-related kind of piling pounds on. I realized that in the last 20 years, I had actually been pretty heavy, but I was the picture taker, not the subject of pictures. 35 years ago, I had a serious ankle injury. My horse took off without me, except for my foot was in the stirrup, and broke my leg in half. Broke both the bones in my leg and crushed my ankle. 6 months later, I was back on a horse. That was 35 years ago. So I was able to recover from it very quickly then. But as I aged and piled on a little bit of weight and became a nurse, it became very hard to function with my ankle. I had a fusion about 10 years ago, but that started a huge amount of my mobility problems and the inability to lose weight. I started with you not really to lose weight, just to be able to do more and become more active. I like to travel. I like to do adventures, not the way I used to, but in a different way. Very active vacations. And that was my goal when I met you about 4 years ago, Paul. If you remember, I was getting ready for a backroads trip, multi-sport adventure to Costa Rica, and ended up being able to climb the 18 miles up the mountain on my bike and hike down. I wish I could do that trip now because I feel much more able to at this point.
Yeah, so I think that's just amazing. You're sitting like at 61, you feel more fit than you were 4 years ago. It is awesome.
So beginning in January, when we got back together, and I saw that you were doing No Excuses
Fitness. Yep.
No Excuses Fitness. I was thrilled. I gained so much mobility, and I know we were at the Taekwondo studio or whatever you call it. And you said that I couldn't wear shoes. Well, because of my ankle injury, that extremely intimidated me. I haven't been without shoes since I broke my ankle probably 35 years ago, definitely not for the last 10 years. I would roll out of bed and put something on my feet. I had not walked barefoot, maybe at poolside, gimping along. So that was very intimidating, and I wore non-skid socks for the first month. Now my ability with this foot and the fact that it can move and I can start to balance, and it has helped everything as far as with my leg, my hip, my knee. It's quite incredible, the transformation.
And you just started running.
I did. I just started running, and I've been swimming. Did join the swim team at the end of the year last year, and then was doing that once a week, but ended up doing the senior games this year in March, right before everything shut down for Corona, and won 3 gold medals. So that was fun. I'm ready for swim team to start again. But I swim, I bike, I do class. My mobility and my fitness has never been better. I sleep great. I came back thinking we were going to do keto diet, and realized, thank you, Paul, that keto had really destroyed my metabolism, or my keto on and off, something had destroyed my metabolism. My temperature.
To throw in there, there's a lot of things in our culture that throw that off there, and Yes, and keto would be one of them. Yeah, so we really pointed that out. Yeah.
Well, I would either diet or it was feast or famine for me. Food has been a huge comfort for me. I lost my husband in 2004, and was raising daughters and going to school and working, and slept probably 4 hours a night. And that's really when my weight became out of control. Food was my comfort, and also um, probably poor choices in food just for energy to sustain the life I was doing. Studied from 3 to 6 a.m. and started my day either at work or school. I was working 2 different jobs and going to school and kept on going. So I went from a 8th grade dropout to I have 2 master's degrees, one in nursing and one in healthcare administration. Um, but the cost on my body was great. So now that I'm over 60, it's like, whoa, hold on. I want to be able to still be active, still play with my grandkids, bike and swim, and that's what I like. I don't want to be indoors. I want to be outside, and enjoying adventures. So, but being able to take my shoes off, I'm barefoot now. I would have never done that before. I'm barefoot all the time. Now, and that's in 3 months. I've lost 32 pounds.
Yeah. So I mean, you just guys have yeah. So it's May 22nd right now, and you started in January, and down what?
Yes,
What did you say?
32 pounds.
Nice.
It seems slow as I'm going.
If you look at any true, as much as there's the attention gets to the lose that kind of weight in a month or something like that, but really, if you look at all the success stories long term, that's normal.
I wanted mobility and strength.
Yeah.
Honestly, did I want to lose weight? Yeah, but I never have before and sustained it. I wanted mobility and strength and to do the things that I like. Probably weight loss was on the bottom of the list, just because I had pushed that idea out of my mind. Seriously?
Sure. Yeah. 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 Especially for you, it's a great byproduct when you're really looking for other stuff. Yeah.
I was, and the metabolism healing has been huge. My temperature was 96.5 to 97 when I woke up. When I exercised, it plummeted to some really scary numbers, actually. I remember when we first started taking our temperatures, I threw out my thermometer and went and bought another one because I thought it was broken. It wasn't broken. My metabolism was broken. So watching that recover, I've been at 98. This is actually the first week that I've been 98, between 98 and 98.5 most of the time. And I'll go down to about 97.5 after a serious workout. So I know I'm still working out a little too much, and you're not going to change that because I'm really having fun. Just say.
So what does that mean to you? So yes, there's a faster metabolism, means better metabolism means weight loss, means normal body temperature. What other things does that mean to you?
Well, I hadn't sweat in a long time, which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize it until I started sweating again, but I feel more normalized mentally.
Mm-hmm.
My energy is better sustained. Even today, I went over to the pool and had an opportunity where nobody was there and was swimming laps. And through everything that we've done, I just kept swimming and swimming. I wasn't running out of air anymore. So we've changed a number of things between the air, the breathing exercises. I started doing some baking soda. I've completely quit Advil. I was an Advil addict. I didn't know if you knew that, Paul.
I don't remember that if you said it. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably didn't fess up on
If
that.
you did, I would have, and you probably heard me say it indirectly. If I heard it from anybody's mouth, I would definitely point it out. Sure.
Oh, I know. It's probably why I didn't fess up on that one. But I was, my routine was 2 Advil in the morning and 2 Advil at night. So 800 milligrams of Advil, and sometimes I would add some during the day if I was having a really busy day or a survey or something. I have broke that down. I take an aspirin for multiple reasons every night, but no pain.
Yeah, that's it. And I would say that can actually be a good thing with the, if you're getting your collagen and you're getting your aspirin, I would say that's a very good thing for anti-inflammatory as well as other stuff. Yeah.
So I've added a scoop of collagen, and I do take turmeric, but I've used that for a while. I love pineapple, fresh pineapple, and the good enzymes that pineapple have can be very anti-inflammatory. I hope that's on your good list. We hadn't talked about it.
I just put it on my list to talk to you about it later. But.
Oh, great. Well,
with any food, there's a combination of good and bad, and so especially with my recent education, what I've come to conclusion is it's much more about the right balance. There's some stuff I would still say, no, that's not good for you, but in general, it's rather than vilifying most of the things that I've even been guilty of vilifying in the past, it's more about, hey, that whatever, sugar or milk or whatever, those things can be horrible, and those things can be very good if you really understand how the balance of everything works out.
Right. Well, I used to use pineapple as an anti-inflammatory.
So while we're at it, what I'll say is pineapple definitely raises serotonin, which is actually slows the metabolism. Again, some people hearing that might think, oh, that's a good thing. Like a lot of antidepressants have serotonin in it, raise serotonin and stuff like that. And as much as serotonin is in our body and it's a hormone, basically supplementing or getting too much of it is not a good thing. Like, think of it as a stress hormone that does amazing things naturally when we're in an emergency mode, but that doesn't mean something that we should be trying to pile on or supplement with. So honestly, while I'm thinking about I would say pineapple would be a good sometimes food. I would recommend it as a staple.
We're gonna have to sit down and talk about my diet one of these days.
Yeah, we can get into that a little more later. But.
I've played with it, and I did read the Kate Deering book on metabolism.
Yeah.
There have been many dietary changes I've made. My system doesn't like dietary changes. I told you about that. It just, my body tries to reject any change, but 61 years of stubbornness through and through. But I don't, when I talk about working out and exercise, it's no longer, oh, I need to go exercise. It's definitely incorporated into a lifestyle because it's my calm. It's my let things go and think about my day. Keeps all of my joints moving, and it makes me feel very good. I can't imagine starting a day without it. I have rain gear for my bike if it's raining. I will go ride in the rain. I won't ride what we had last night. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But,
I think that's an important distinction. As much as exercise can be a means to an end, when that is the focus, I'm doing this to lose weight. I'm doing this to get healthy. I have to do this to get healthy. I have to do this to lose weight. Generally speaking, when you see that, you don't see the results you're looking for.
no, I get it.
It adds more stress. versus I really love your approach, and I think more people would be much better off of adopting it. Of like, this is my lifestyle. This is what supports me. Getting, I mean, again, it's your version of it, but create your own version of it. Say like, okay, yes, getting to this class 3 times a week, and getting up and going bike riding every morning, and doing this and this. That's what supports. That's what supports you, your happiness, your life, yeah, your success.
What starts my day mentally and physically on a really good note. That's what I look forward to. My cup of coffee and then jumping on my bike. So don't start talking to me about coffee, Paul.
No, no, I would say, generally speaking, I would say coffee is a good thing, but like anything, like, all right, looking at the big picture and how it balances with everything. So yeah. How about breathing? What epiphanies have you had for breathing, and what has that meant? So putting that breathing exercise or those breathing exercises into your lifestyle, what has that meant to you?
It's been interesting. During class, when I have to concentrate to balance, it's been difficult. But when I adopted it to my bike riding, which is automatic to me, it became very easy and methodical. Today, I really saw the benefit because I was able to just keep on swimming. I wasn't out of breath. I stopped swimming because I got tired of swimming, not because I was out of breath, which I thought was really amazing, and I haven't experienced that yet. I was just swimming lap after lap after lap. Normally, I would be limited to my breath. And we had talked about that. I'm trying to run, walk, and I incorporate that a couple of times a week. And I decided I was just going to breathe through my nose and run to the point that I could still comfortably breathe to control it more. And that's been interesting. It's just been fun. But I've used breathing since I met you years ago for putting myself to sleep. You had talked about that a long time ago, and I thought, well, that's just something I incorporated. I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow, but I always start by breathing, and then I don't remember, some deep breaths through my nose and some techniques that you had shown us 4 years.
And for a lot of people, getting, whether it's getting to sleep, staying to sleep, is a huge challenge and makes a big difference. Makes a big difference in your metabolism, makes a big difference in weight. So yeah, and how you feel, energy. Yeah. So that's huge, being able to get right to sleep. Good. Anything else? Any other epiphanies that all of us, we're so used to doing what we do. So if somebody else was looking at it, what kind of epiphanies would you say you've had?
What was exciting was walking into a facility I haven't been in. I had to go work a difficult situation. I'm a regional nurse, so I go to multiple buildings. And I went to a building that used to be mine that I haven't seen the people in about 4 to 6 months. And I was mob seen by, "What are you doing? You look so much better." So,
that's always a good surprise.
no, they wanted the secret. They kept pulling me aside. I was there working for about a week, and they're like, "Is that you?" So that was interesting because I don't see the change day to day, but I do feel so much better. I feel more grounded. My lifestyle is just changed, and like I told you, I just want more and more. I'm enjoying growth. Sometimes what you say I don't like, Paul, but
I'm always going to tell you what
I listen.
Well, I will also say this, and you realize this, as I learn, as I experience, and through other people's learning and other people's experience, my opinions will change, and I will.
They will. And when I'm not so busy with work, I'll probably argue opinions with you and pull up some research and stuff. But you're pretty spot on, Paul. So I appreciate the coaching and friendship, and the whole group, having a group of ladies to share our journey, whatever that is. They're very individual journeys, and to be able to share that with everybody is really exciting to see, how people are, and how they grow and what they can do with it individually.
Yeah, as much as we are now all online on Zoom, it is still very much very much a community.
It is very much a community, yes.
Yeah. Anything that you already haven't said as far as like, yeah, what have you discovered, and what does that mean to you? But big picture, bottom line, what does that really mean to you?
Just as empowered me. I can't change back time, but my future, I found the place I want to live, and I really want to retire badly. That'll happen someday, but I also want to be in good health. I see people where I work that are much younger than me, and I don't want to be in that situation. So improving my health was definitely the goal in many different facets, but just being able to feel stronger, have better mobility, it's just empowered me to want more, and just to continue. There's no end goal. It's just it's a lifestyle.
It's be your best.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you are definitely an amazing example of, like, said, yeah, we'd all love to turn the clock back and I'm pointing the finger and make the same mistakes again, or maybe.
Or back, Paul.
But the reality is, like, you're a great example of, like, hey, I can make right now and my future better.
Oh yes. Oh, I wanna travel and do, being home now, and not having travel opportunities is sad, but I like to bike and kayak and play and go places, and being able to do that and enjoy it. Like I said, my Costa Rica trip would be much better this year than it was 3 years ago. Oh, much better, much better.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see. At some point, by the time I'm 65, I'll do a triathlon of some sort. That's the goal.
I'll leave that one to you. I got other things I can work.
It's not.
No, it's great. It's just like, I'm just thinking, like, that's not on my wish list. But if it's on yours, great. Yeah.
I want to win. I just want to participate. I think it would be.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot of fun. I love to bike. I love to swim. If my running can get to that point, and it will over time, there's no pressure on it. That's the fun part. I just enjoy doing it. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you very much, and what the whole group does.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
All going and motivated.
I do really appreciate working with you. I appreciate working with everybody, but yeah, like I said, for many reasons, you're a good example. And not only recording this for people that haven't worked with me, but I do want to, even the people that do work with me, to really even get some of those points, and they're amazing, and see if they can get even more amazing.
Well, thank you, Paul.
All right.
If you are interested in long-term weight loss, a healthy metabolism, moving better, turning back the clock, feeling better, I put together a special introductory offer just for you. Click the Join Us button below this video, or go to the homepage, noexcusesladiesfitness.com, and put myself and the No Excuses Ladies on your support team. Get started today. See you inside.